Hello, welcome to a timeless tarot reading. I'm going to start by clearing the energy with my bell. I call upon my guides, my angels, my ancestors, and galactic family of the highest love and light to channel through me the messages this collective will need to hear at the time that it reaches them. I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Let's see what's in store today. What the cards want to bring forth. Start. Ooh. I am ready for a breakthrough to success. Ace of Swords. We have Suglight. So if you feel called, you can work with that crystal that's coming through. But the Ace of Swords energy that I'm feeling in this card today is really, the words that keep coming through is piercing through. Like you're piercing through a veil of some sort, or piercing through to a new chapter is coming through, or almost like you're like stabbing your sword or cutting through to this new chapter or a new pathway, but it's centered around success and abundance. It's all about new beginnings and also clarity. There could be a clarity of vision or thought, or your next steps or your next moves. It's like things are being revealed to you, but you're also stepping into a breakthrough. That's the biggest word coming through that's on this card, is breakthrough to success. So it's like you're turning a corner and reaching a new level of success. And the word yes is coming through. So if you've been having a question about something or the outcome, like they're saying yes. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. It's like, it's this time of harnessing your ambition. It's like you're the driving force to this breakthrough. It's not something you're stumbling upon. It's like you're in control. You're holding the sword. You're cutting through the BS, and it's your ambition and your drive that is piercing through to this successful outcome or chapter. And there's something coming forward about intellect or logic bringing you results. So I hope that resonates. I just share what's coming through. Let's see, is there any more cards that want to come through? Ooh, Knight of Swords. So seems like the sword energy is coming through quite strong in general. I'm hearing eye on the prize as well. I'm really drawn to this champion energy. That's what's really coming forward on this card right now, is like you're the champion of your destiny or the direction of your breakthrough. You're championing success of what you're trying to bring forth. You're on the horse, you're holding the reins, you're in control, you're steering in the direction of what you want to be successful in. And that's going to be different for each of you. But I'm drawn to her crown because it's like this authority of like, you're meant for this chapter, you're meant for this success, or to charge confidently in this direction that you're heading towards. Sometimes the Knight of Swords represents like conflict or drama and challenges to your authority. So maybe for some of you that might be coming up. But the way that it's coming through in regards to this Ace of Swords and what's coming through is the Knight of Cards is denoting this speed, this escalation or this swiftness of action that might have to do with this Ace of Swords. Like you're gonna have to move quickly, make strong decisions, or some decisions might require a lot of strength to decide which direction you're going to be going towards to achieve this success, to pierce through this success. And there's this reminder that if someone is challenging your authority or the success that you deserve, that you do deserve it. You have the crown. You are being assisted. I'm drawn to the wind. It's like the wind's at your back, not in your face. It's like you're being pushed towards a certain direction that will lead in your success, but ultimately it's up to you to take charge, to hold your own and hold your authority and not be drowned or out by anyone, and also not to be dismayed and not be dragged into anything lesser than what you deserve, is what they're saying. So ultimately, like it's like the success is in your hands, like the sword, your choice, your decisions. It could be around career, business, projects, or even just, day-to-day life situations where it's kind of like this reclaiming of power that's coming through. That's the energy overall, is like a reclamation of like you taking your power back, you being in control, and knowing that you hold the reins. And you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in what you're capable of and what you're deserving of. Because the more you believe in yourself, the more it can come through. So we got Ice Prince, and this says, let others see you who you really are. So yeah, we have this spreading of wings energy, right? This Pegasus is like, it's about to take off. It's about to leap into the air, and it's really showing, others, like these rabbits, these friends or people or coworkers or family, like what you're really made of and what you're really capable of. And it's like this display of authority, of strength, of power, of beautiful uniqueness, shining your light. You see there the light in this unicorn. It's like you're shining your light in the world in the way that you're meant to be seen and heard. And it's almost like you're climbing levels. It could be a more spiritual ascension levels, or it could be like a physical climbing of levels within career or the direction you're heading in business or a project of some sort. It's like you're heading this new venture. It's like you're leading the charge to something, and that's going to be really different for each of you. But that's the overall energy coming through. Is they're saying 3, 2, 1, go. Like 3, 2, 1, take off. It's like it could be happening really quickly and suddenly, without you really knowing or realizing it. But you're meant to be seen this way, you know? Claiming your power or your authority doesn't take away from your kindness or maybe softness you also carry. It's like you're meant to wield both of these things and know when it's time to be maybe in a more authoritative side of things and when it's time to withdraw. And this is not a time for withdrawal or softness. It's a time for you to take charge, essentially, and to be seen. So I'm gonna go through these symbols that I channeled from my galactic family and see what really wants to come forth. Really drawn to this one today. And there's a message, channeled message I have on the back of these. So this is the orientation of this symbol. They're kind of like ruins, but with a greater depth of meaning. So you can see my writing. This is a symbol of liberation, especially for those who survived and chose truth over comfort over and over again. For those who name the false and walk away, forward even when their hands shake. There's no shame in cutting ties, no guilt in choosing a higher path. Let go of what binds you to what you are not. You are never meant to shrink into illusion. You're meant to take charge. Activates the solar plexus and crown area, especially in major shifts. So this is carrying the same sort of energy. This is like a self-liberation. Maybe for some of you with the sword, like the sword is so prominently in your hand right now. And again, this mentions your crown chakra, and then you have the physical crown in this card that, you know, you could be elevating some of your chakras and reclaiming your power. And this is like a liberation card of you choosing what's right, even though you might be scared to go down this path or to cut ties with certain people. There's going to be uncertainty every time we enter a new chapter. Every time that we're piercing the veil. Every time that we're charging forward confidently. And even if you're confidently charging forward, that doesn't mean that there isn't a shred of, you know, fear. The fear of the unknown. Of, are you really going to be successful? But I think that's when they're saying yes to that outcome. Of yes, success is yours if you take it. If you take the charge and you take the lead. And it's okay. It's okay to be feeling a little uncertain about it. It's about you taking action despite the uncertainty. That's the courage. That's the bravery. Is you stepping forward and saying, I know there's going to be new challenges and new ideas and new adventure. And even though there's this unknown energy and I have a little bit of fear, I'm charging forward. And that's what real bravery is and real courage. They're saying step up to the plate. Let's see if there's an animal who wants to come through. They're also saying batter up. It's time to step up to the plate. Because it's like you're meant to hit a home run, but you have to take the swing. Ooh, we got monkey. Ingenuity. The situation calls for adaptability and innovation. This theme of this reading is coming through quite strong. It's a quite unique reading. A very big shift in energy from the last couple of weeks. And this ingenuity is very much so coming forward as like your perspective on things, and how your unique perspective on certain situations could be highly valued and valuable to a business or a team or career or a project, even a club or something like that. It's going to be different for each of you. But you have this unique perspective that could be considered ingenious. And so sometimes you need to step forward in the light. And there is this adaptability of you adapting to these new circumstances. You're charging forth in this new path. There could be a new living situation or a new career or anything that feels like a next chapter or a turning page and the direction you're heading. And it will require a little bit of adaptability and innovation, right? Because things aren't going to be the way they were before. It's like you're completely shedding an old you. You're stepping into a place of power, of belonging, and you are able to adapt. And this is going back to traces of maybe like uncertainty or fear of the direction. It's about you tapping into your adaptive abilities to make it work and to adapt to the new environment or the new situation that you're facing. And innovating as well. Like you could be really, it's like designing something new is coming forward. A new system, a new, it could be engineering, could be even like marketing. I don't know. It's like this innovation. It's like you're adapting to this new position of greater authority and power, and then you're bringing this unique perspective, and you could be innovating or overhauling some sort of space or sector or department or something like that is coming through. I'm going to see if there's an archangel that wants to come forward. We got Haniel. And it says, embraced by love. Let love reach where it has never reached before. This is a really beautiful card. Haniel is a beautiful heart healing archangel. They can really help heal heart chakras and open your heart up. Because that could be part of this new chapter, is your heart opening or your heart healing to be able to carry this new authority and love that comes along with that. Like, I feel like you're going to be loved by whoever you're working with or surrounded by, if it's a work situation or maybe it's a club or, like a parent group or something, and that you're maybe like taking the charge of or leading something. But it's like you're going to be embraced by love, even with your authority position, because authority and being strong doesn't mean you're not going to be loved. It's like you don't have to be super soft and super feminine all the time to be given that love. Like, you will be loved for your strength, for your wisdom, for your tenacity, for your adaptability, for your unique perspectives. So part of this is coming forward as you've healed to a point where you're able to step up into this authority without, being in fear, healing potentially inner child self that was afraid to be in a position of power. And now you're meant to really step into that power, to hold the sword, to take the charge, to take the lead on this next chapter that's going to come quickly. It's going to be sudden, is what's coming forth. And I feel like you have this loving presence, like it's like a queen or a king that leads by example, and that leads with this tenacity and this strength. And there's like this love in your strength and how you lead. It's not you're leading with an authoritative force. It's like you're leading with example and with love and with a firmness, but not with a firmness that is like considered almost like an abuse of power. It's like you're firm but understanding. It's this perfect balance of the two, and people are going to love that. It also could be a community if you're having like an online business of some sort. Okay, this literally immediately came out as soon as I moved the card, so I'm going to take this one. And this theme is crazy. It's very strong. The overall feeling from you is strength. Strength is tenacity. And this is the mountain woman. I'm capable, independent, and will rely on myself. This to me is not like an independence that is to a point of toxicity where you're not willing to ask for help. But this is to me another card that's about you stepping into your power, reclaiming your power, being a powerful mountain man, mountain woman, mountain person, right? So I'm really drawn to the way that she's gazing out. It's like she's seeing out, seeing the direction she can take, moving swiftly, carrying this strength, this adaptability. You know, she's got the weapon, she's got the furs, and it's like you have the, what's the word for this? It's like the accolades, you know, it's like these are like almost like badges or gained knowledge. Like you have this, it's like a certification in being who you are almost. You know, it's like this pride, not an egotistical, not a selfish pride, but a pride in like, you know who you are, you know what you're worth, and you know where you want to go. And you know you can be an independent, badass leader. It's very much of like you have the power. You have the power to take charge. And I'm also drawn to these scars. She has like 2 scars on her face. And I feel like it's like you have faced hardship. You have potentially have had scars, either physically or emotional scars, right? That have helped shaped you into who you are today. And there's this reclamation of power and of strength, of authority. Almost like a priestly energy is coming through as well. Like this authoritative priestess, strong, independent type of leader, but there's also a hint of love. And the way that she's holding flowers, right? To me, it's like, yes, you're strong and independent and fierce, but you're also appreciative of the little things and of small little like acts of kindness or beauty, or you know, it's like she's carrying this soft flower with her at the same time. It's like you can be both badass and full of strength and independence and still carry this soft part of yourself. You don't have to be all soft or all hard. It's this balancing of your energies that is what allows you to be this leader and to pierce to this, through to this new chapter, or also like piercing the veil keeps coming forward. So there could be a spiritual type of advancement of some kind if you're on this spiritual journey. But like, we need your strength, we need your wisdom more than ever. And it's time to take your rightful place, wherever that is for you. It's coming through very strong. But again, it's up to you. You're holding the reins. You choose your destiny by what you believe in and what you believe you're worth and deserve, and what direction you believe is best for you to take. No, these don't want to pull forward. saying no. So I'm going to go to this Mel Brown Aboriginal deck. This one wants to come through. So we have Lena, which is gratitude. And gratitude can be a really strong driving force to ushering in a new chapter. Because this gratitude, this daily gratitude for everything, you know, for the trees, for the air, for your clothes, for your strength, for your tenacity, can help pull forth this new chapter when you're already so grateful for all you have. It allows more things to come forward, potentially new opportunities to come forward. I'm looking at the book here, and it says, self-love can often be confused with ego. Yet the ancestors want you to be loving towards yourself. If you cannot freely love yourself, then what you have to offer others in return is insignificant. The ancestors encourage you to love others as they themselves love you. Being grateful is the act of appreciation of yourself, and then extending this gift to others. Loving yourself is the most important act we ever undertake. It is difficult to do, which is why many of us struggle. Yet those of us who find true love for ourselves experience a deep and powerful sense of self, and need not look to others to understand and accept who we truly are. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That's why it's good to look at the book sometimes, because the authors who do this and the artists, you know, they have specific meanings for sometimes that need to be brought forth, because I can't necessarily see it in this art style. So this is going right along with, again, the Mountain Woman, the Knight of Swords, the Ice Prince. Let others see who you truly are. And this Haniel, this let love reach where it has never reached before. So maybe you're also breaking through to a new level of self-acceptance and self-love. And this total self-love, it's like a revolution almost in the energy that's coming through. This radical self-love that you're practicing is allowing you to be in this authoritative position, because you no longer are caring what other people think. You're no longer caring if other people necessarily love you or not, because it doesn't matter. Like, if you love yourself wholly and unconditionally in a non-egotistical way, it's life-changing. You know, nothing beats it when you reach this level and you break through, and you're probably breaking through or have recently. And now, like, I see these dots as like her radical self-love, or yours or theirs, you know, this radical self-love blooming in themselves now can translate and go down this chain of loving other people. Because once we learn how to radically accept and love ourselves and not care what anybody thinks, this Mountain Woman almost energy, and this Ice Pierce, this showing others like who you are and not caring, because everyone's going to have people who don't like you, and that's okay. There's always going to be critics. There's always going to be people who have something to point out about you that they think could be improved or wrong. And to those naysayers, we can say, I don't care, you know? I don't care, because I love me. I love my body. I love who I am. I love my spirit, my soul. I know my worth, and my worth is not placed in others. Your self-worth, it's like this reclamation of power, where maybe in the past your self-worth was tied to how others perceived you, and it's no longer like that. Your self-worth is only intrinsically tied to how you feel about yourself, and how potentially your angels or your spirit team or the creator, how God feels about you, which is unconditional love. And humans suck at modeling that, right? We can't rely on others to show us that, because we're not necessarily designed to. Like, we have flaws. The real beautiful unconditional love that we can put in the world and create is when we have this radical self-love. Just not in an egotistic like or selfish way of like you're better than others. It's just this radical, I love myself for who I am, my strengths, my flaws, accepting of all that you are, and the beauty of that, and shining your light and expressing yourself however you see fit, and whether that's through art, the way you dress, or the way you carry yourself. It's like your radical self-love rubs off on others to be like, man, I want to love myself like they love them. It's like you're leading by example of just not giving a crap. And people who, are overly criticizing, they don't have to be in your life. You can cut people out who are not contributing or of the highest like love and light. So you hold the decision of who gets to be in your light, who gets to be in your presence, who gets to feel your love and experience how radical your self-love is. It's literally magic. It's like one of the biggest breakthroughs ever. Could be piercing. Like, this new chapter could be just a new chapter of self in the way that you are free, finally freed yourself and liberated. And you can step into power because you no longer care about how others are perceiving you. And your worth is only tied to yourself and how you radically self-love yourself. It's a full reclamation of power and of authority. And, it's like when we do that, success can come through even faster potentially, or new opportunities come through faster. Because now, like, nothing is left up to others. Like, we are the champions of our path. Our worth is ours alone to determine. So we need to love ourselves, know what we're worthy of, and how we're worthy of being treated, and treat ourselves how we want to be treated. Pamper yourself, love yourself. Be proud of yourself for everything that you've gone through and overcame and become. Okay, let's see. This deck, it prefers being spread, and it's just a bit easier to feel the energy of these cards. All right. This is my beautiful Lemuria, or Lemuria, however you say it, Oracle deck. I love how messy this is, because ultimately you could be a beautiful mess. We're not meant to be perfect. Like, I feel like this authority and this, independence or display, it's not perfection, right? You're not chasing perfection or to look perfect or to be perfect. No, it's this acceptance of your mess is beautiful. Your imperfections are beautiful. And you're allowed to be who you are. So, the first card is alignment, which makes total sense. There are dolphins in here, so maybe some of you have a connection to water or dolphins or sea life, or dolphin codes or dolphin light language. I sometimes listening to like whale sounds and stuff like that can be really soothing, and you might have a connection to them. But overall, what I see is this full chakra alignment, right? So all of these are like chakras, and they're being realigned, which goes along with like radical self-love, with Haniel, with healing your heart, with learning to love yourself unconditionally. And if you're having trouble with experiencing or feeling this unconditional love of self, I highly recommend doing meditations with Haniel or Sandalphon, or any of the archangels, because they can help you feel radical self-love, and they can really help heal your hearts. So that's just like a little suggestion. But there's this realignment of your chakras and this retuning and these new frequencies that all of your chakras are getting. So maybe you're doing some upper DNA alignment, but when we radically self-love, and also when you start touching Christ consciousness, right, it can really shift your whole vibration of your soul body, of your astral body, of your chakra body. You know, like when we fine tune one area, it affects everywhere else. Like there's this wave effect. So if you heal your heart, boom, then everything else adjusts and gets kind of upgraded as well. And when you heal your sacral or your power chakra, and you feel your power back, and your power is now in your hands and no one else has it, you know, that can change your frequencies as well. And there's this dragonfly in the really center, which is hard to see. But dragonflies are all about transformation and rebirth, going from, you know, a water nymph all the way to a being that flies in the air and doesn't have gills anymore. So there's this energy of like, you aren't who you used to be, and nor should you. We're on a path of evolution, of, you know, potentially accelerated evolution, of becoming who you're meant to be, becoming the light in the world that maybe you didn't experience, and becoming that light for yourself with self-love and self-acceptance and power. There's so much power in that when you love yourself, this unconditional love of self. And then the other one that came through is the infinite. And it's beautiful because you see, like, I don't know how to put this into words, but it's like your soul is so much more than what can be put in this physical incarnation. You're like a mere fraction of like your total soul, right? Because of the limits of the human body. And I feel like you're tapping into this infinite self, or potential infinite love and source love from the other side, from your higher self, from angels. But there's these loops, these infinity loops that are mirrored throughout this card. Once you unlock the key to unconditional love, it's like infinite love, it's endless. When you find the capacity to love yourself and no longer compare yourself to others or judge yourself, or let what others' comparisons or judgments get to you, it's like you completely unlock this other level of love. When you radically self-love, you can have more love and compassion for others. And also choose who you want around you. You don't have to put up with that stuff, or people who are like that. You don't have to listen to them. And you don't have to let it control you. And like her wings, you know, like there's so many wings coming out in this DNA upgrade. When we love ourselves unconditionally, it completely changes our DNA. When we believe in ourselves, it can have these almost like an epigenetic effect, you know, not like it'll heal any illnesses. It's just this, you might start feeling different. Like when you start loving yourself unconditionally, or knowing how to do that, and it's not going to be constant, right? Even when you break through, like I've had this breakthrough a while ago, and you're still going to have moments of doubt, but it's your ability when you have doubt to return to center and come back to yourself and come back to your infinity. And sometimes you need to reconnect with your higher self or your spirit team and refuel that and refill that up. It's almost like a cup you need to fill up. And this maintenance of how you treat yourself. Are you treating yourself with love? Are you talking to yourself with love? And it's this expansive energy, like these wings. It's like fully expansive, and this light, and it's like unlocking new potential. So that's really, really coming through. Like maybe this breakthrough, maybe this next chapter is a chapter of you putting yourself first. loving yourself unconditionally, and charging forward on this new path of showing who you really are and your strength and your beauty inside and out. And like this body positivity too is coming forth as well. But it's just unlocking a whole new way of experiencing the world when you have this full-on breakthrough of being yourself, and there's this wildness that's coming through. Like when I hear the mountain woman, I also hear the wild, wild woman. And there's a song like that too. And, you know, it's like tapping into your raw, wild beauty. Because wild, you know, is not perfectly like landscape is perfectly tended to and managed in a specific way. But when you look at a wild forest or a wild prairie, there's edges, there's rocks, there's this undefinedness and this wild beauty to untamed nature. And there's this wild side of yourself where it's like you don't have to have the perfect hair or the perfect, you know, outfit or whatever. It's like you're wildly wonderful as you are, whoever you are day to day. And this practice of love and self-acceptance and power, like you have your power. Like when nobody is determining your worth but you, and your worth is intrinsic because you understand you're a sacred, wonderful being. Oh, it's just a beautiful shift that's happening. And it's radical, and it allows you to charge forth with success in like what you go into, because you have this self-worth. Whatever you're going to charge through, like you will be successful, because at the end of the day, like you know what you're worth, and you're successful just for being who you are. Even if you're not the captain of this or like the leader of this or that, like you're successful because you're here. You're successful because you're shining your light and you exist. And you've liberated yourself. Like this liberation symbol. It's like you are liberating yourself. Potentially also from like societal norms, because who cares? Be who you want to be. Be radical in the way that you love yourself. That's all that's coming through today. It's very powerful energy. It's a lot of strength and love and authority, and it's like a gut punch of strength and love mixed into one. And so just thank you for being here, and I'm so happy you exist and are reclaiming your power. I send you so much love and so much light.